Hey everyone, it's Forrest back with my first movie pickup in months. I had slowed down on buying movies in that time, but I did pick up some stuff that I just had to share, especially like two of them because it's how horror movies. So and it's October, Halloween's coming up, perfect time to show them off. But first one, I'm sure first one seems this one seems it's not a horror movie, but seems perfect timing given that the Marilyn Monroe movie Blonde came out last week. The Marilyn Monroe, I'm trying to think like the not the word for like real for biographical fiction. But about Blonde, but that came out last week. So perfect time. Got this from my Inside Movie. Is Some Like It Hot? The classic 1950, the classic comedy, 1959 comedy from Billy Wilder, starring Marilyn Monroe along with Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis. I got this from my Inside Movies Galore and Trauma cohort Dane Keil. Granted, this is kind of it's a little belated because I got this from him a while ago, just barely getting around to acknowledging him for it on here, at least. But anyway, I haven't thrown the movie on itself on. It's a classic comedy, but I haven't thrown this copy on yet. But hey, it's Criterion, and it's a Criterion, so it's worth it. As with any Criterion, there's a little fold out booklet. As far as features, there's a 4K digital restoration, audio commentary from film scholar Howard Suber. A featurette on the costumes, some behind the scenes documentaries, old interviews with Billy Wilder, Tony Curtis with Leonard Maltin, and then Jack Lemmon on a French television show, as well as a radio interview with Marilyn Monroe, trailer, and an essay from author Sam Wasson. Anyway, this is the first movie from Marilyn Monroe that I have in my collection, as well, and I'm also proud to add it to my growing collection of Criterion films. And then also from Dane, I got the Humanoids from the Deep Steel book, the classic Roger Corman produced 1980 creature feature directed by Barbara Peters, with some ghost directing by Jimmy Murakami. I love it. I love it. I love how this illustrated look on the cover, with the humanoid and the boardwalk in the back. There's no booklets or anything like that or special extras in there. But as far as the disc itself, there's also another Leonard Maltin interview. This time with Roger Corman. There are featurettes, television spots, theatrical trailers, a radio spot, and a still gallery. But anyway, thank you very much for this, Dane. I'm also glad to this is one of my favorite creature features of all time. Very trashy, exploitative. Glad to have it in my collection. And then, then I got the Piece de Resistance, The Fly 2 on DVD. This is okay. So it's not. So I'll admit it is nowhere near a classic like like its predecessor was from David Cronenberg with Jeff Goldblum. But this is something of a collector's item. This is not a movie that is on streaming. You can't even rent it from Netflix. Rent it from iTunes or Amazon. It is not. It's not even on Blu-ray yet, individually. I mean, there's the Blu-ray set. There's that Blu-ray set. But this was an impulse. But anyway, there's that Blu-ray set where it has all the movies from the original series and the remake series. But this was an impulse purchase that I got from Mr. Cheapo's over by my apartment. It is still factory sealed. So all the more so it should be in pretty. I mean, even though the sleeve's a little banged up, but it should be in pretty. I imagine it's in pristine condition. But I'm going to open this up and watch it. As far as it's a 2-disc set, special as far as a 2-disc set, As far as special features, there's audio commentary with director Chris Wallace and his film historian Bob Burns, alternate ending, deleted scenes, documentary on the fly as a franchise, storyboards, film production journal, featurettes, still photo galleries, theatrical trailers. Again, yeah, it's not as good as it's not the classic that the first one was, but it's still fun. You know, a good trashy, fun creature feature. Although a little sad if you're a dog lover. Yeah, yeah, that's all I got. But that's all I got for now. What have you been picking up? If you like what you see here, hit like and subscribe. And long live the video store.